Very good morning, friends. Today we are going to talk about effective customer communication skills as it applies to the business context. So let's look at the various methods of communication. We will cover broadly the following. We'll talk about face-to-face communication with the customer. We'll talk about telephonic communication with the customer. We will talk about email and other forms of communication. And we'll also, as we sequence through this program, we'll also take a look at how effective has our communication be via specific feedback mechanisms. So effectively, communication or effective or proper communication is a means of transmitting information from the speaker or the communicator to the recipient of the intended message. As you do that, there are certain disciplines to be followed, and we will, as we sequence through the slideware and slide deck, talk about how to make that really effective. As we go through this process of communication, there is a lot of information, ideas, messages that we are going to exchange between the person who originates the communication and also the audience or the recipient of that communication. So how do we make this process of communication truly effective? Communication is never a one-way process. The speaker, originator of the communication message, and the audience have to participate, which would mean that active listening is extremely important. It's very important to understand that what is conveyed is received by the audience and the intended message goes back to the audience. And for that, proper feedback from the audience is essential to form your messages and refine the messages as we structure our mode of communication and messaging. So that naturally means that the speaker and the recipient are equally accountable to properly frame the communication and make it clear and effective. It also means that the messaging has to be very clear so that the recipient of the communication can work along with the speaker and phrase the messaging properly and accurately. So in the context of business, most communication methods are essentially meant to convey a message or convey a thought process or convey, as in the business context, certain scenarios that would be used to mold and shape a thought process or lead to convergence in terms of the messaging that we are going to convey as part of that communication medium or interaction. So as mentioned earlier, the messaging has to be crisp and clear. The messaging would also mean that active listening plays a major role, and via that understand the requirement of the customer, shape it in such a way that convergence happens as the communication leads to the point of convergence. There is certainly an intent to understand the customer's perspective or the recipient's perspective, and the final objective would be to lead to some form of change of behavior via the forums that we are using and via the messaging that we are using as part of a communication mechanism. So why is it so important in the context of business? The goal of any business is to effectively build strong relationship with customers, and communication is the starting point of building the strong and effective relationship. Communication is extremely important to understand what the customer really needs, and through dialogues and other mechanisms, that's the way you understand what needs to be provided to the customer through various means of dialogues, written communication, oral communication, and finally shaping it to a point of convergence. Crisp and clear communication also ensures that you, as a representative of the company, create a very positive impression in the minds of the customer. So, we will now start getting into the different forms of communication. We will talk about written communication, we will talk about visual modes, imagery. We will also talk about email and other informal and formal modes of communication. And to some extent, we will cover what body language is all about and how to effectively use body language to properly convey messages. There is a science behind how communication can be properly formed. We speak about verbal communication, we will speak about paraverbal communication, and we will speak about non-verbal communication and how all of those can be effectively used to create the proper flow of information. The verbal method is simple. It involves properly constructed sentences and phrases that are free of jargons, and keeping it crisp and clear so that the message is conveyed and communicated in the shortest time frame to the recipient. The paraverbal part uses the quality of the voice. So, use your tone, pitch, pace or pitch you communicate, so that the constructed sentences with proper modulation is conveyed to the recipient in an effective manner. The last part is you bring in non-verbal methods, and that is where usage of body language, gestures, hand motions, motions related to face, facial expressions play a very important role in ensuring that the word formation and tone and intonation gets enhanced via body language and gestures. So, let us try and quantify some of these. The typical suggested rate when we speak is about 120 to 150 words per minute. Anything more than that, it will get confusing to the audience. Slower mode of communication might mean that the ideas are not clear and crisp, and the listener might actually get lost in the messaging. Tone is important to retain the attention of the listener. A monologue or a monotonous form of communication would mean that you would probably put the listener to sleep. So, it is important that through modulation, through tone, through emphasizing words, you retain the attention of the listener, and in the short span effectively convey and communicate the message. Non-verbal, as we already said, uses of body language and gestures is another way of retaining the attention of the listener. It brings in this aspect of dramatization, and that is very powerful to convey the messages properly to the listener. So, we just looked at some of the principles on how to form effective messaging and communication. Now, many people make this mistake that they would go with a structured session or such as presentation, speak eloquently, use great words, have very well constructed sentences. But what gets lost in most of these is the fact that if you do not engage the audience, do not let the recipient participate, the listener participate, if a form of dialogue does not get constructed, there is no way to measure the effectiveness of the communication. So, that involves a feedback mechanism, creating a feedback loop, engaging with the audience, understanding whether the audience has actually understood what you have meant to convey, and then building your communication around that, and often deviating from the script and ensuring that you mold it as per the requirement of the listener to properly create effective messaging. Now, there are many barriers of effective communication. All of what I have just said earlier helps you structure the presentation, bring in a flow, ensure that proper words are used, proper intonations are used. You supplement or enhance that through body language. Build feedback mechanism using or engaging the audience. But it is also important to understand that when we go and speak in a forum, speak in a group, whether it is a business meeting or else, there is a whole set of demographics, different profiles of people that are sitting in front of you. Different genders, different languages, different economic strata, and unless you understand that and shape appropriately, the messaging could get lost. If you take your message to a group that understands the conversations and meanings in a local language and you use very eloquent English, obviously your communication is going to get lost. So, it is very important that as you engage with the audience, understand this profiling and appropriately modify the structure and flow of the communication, so that messaging gets conveyed to all those sections of the audience and the message that you had in mind is effectively delivered to them. There is also a very strong notion or messaging or importance of building trust. Most often, especially in the context of business, communication is all about building trust with the customer, because trust is the foundation of any business. So, as you communicate, it is important that you understand it is not just a monologue, you are not delivering a message, you are not trying to steer the customer to take decisions. It is important to understand that the first thing you want to do is to be open, honest, build a good form of trust with the customer, and then eventually lead to convergence of the points of discussion.